right. Stan Winston, here we go again. Another Academy Award-winning film special effects supervisor and makeup artist, Stan Winston, after viewing the PGF, or Patterson Gimlin film, said, quote, "It's a guy in a bad hairsuit. Sorry."
Wow.
Say no more, Stan.
I know. Tell me how you really think about it, dude.
Wow, it's a guy in a bad hairsuit. Sorry. He also added that, quote, "If one of my colleagues created this for a movie, he would be out of business."
Oh my God. Wow. That's
he went on to
harsh.
comment. He went on to comment that the suit in the film could have been made today for a couple $100 or under 1,000 in that day. Barry Keith, this is a pen name, an experienced makeup and costume artist, accused the Hollywood costume industry of making bravado claims of how easy such an event would be to fake. He said that their cheats and shortcuts are not detectable in Patty. Well, give me your real name instead of your pen name, and then let's talk, Barry Keith. I'm just saying, nothing against the guy, but, you know, we know this from the whole UAP bullshit that's been going on for the last 5 to 8 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all these anonymous people coming out. Well, we need a little more than
Anonymous.
You need to be held accountable for what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're anonymous, then
you can't.
Those words, there's no way for those words to ring true without proof, facts, evidence.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're getting close, Stevie. You cut me off at 45 minutes on part 1. And I knew then, because I could see where I was at here in the notes. I knew then it was a mistake. You're like, and let's do the other half next week. And I was thinking, it's more than half.
Oh God! Clearly, so we're at an hour 10 right now. So
yeah, we're at 3/4 of the way through here.
Oh my God!
Hey, we're gonna bust through it, and I promise, guys, she's not gonna yawn again, and I am not gonna take another sip of my drink again. All right, so moving on to hoax allegations. This is where, for me, it gets interesting. Patterson and Gimlin both denied that they had perpetrated a hoax. But in 1999, a telephone interview with television producer Chris Packman for the BBC's The X Creatures, Gimlin said that for some time, quote, "I was totally convinced no one could fool me. And of course, I'm an older man now, and I think there could have been the possibility of a hoax, but it would have to be really well planned by Roger Patterson." This is coming from Gimlin. Keep in mind, everything we've seen so far, guys, I'm not going off the stories you've heard aside from this show. I'm simply going off what we've looked at so far in part 1 and up to this point in part 2.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like, if this is a hoax, Gimlin didn't have a fucking clue. Okay? Which you would want, right? Like, if I was going to go out in the woods and do this with Mike and Brad, you want to hear a quick story? You're going to like this.
Sure.
Speaking of that, we did this.
What? Played a prank on one of the three of you?
Oh, big time.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Big fucking time. Okay. You guys seen the Blair Witch Project?
Who? Yes.
You seen the Blair Witch Project? Okay.
Yes.
So, back in the day, Mike and I were hanging out at his house one time, and we used to go camping a lot, a couple times a year. And sometimes Brad would go, but a lot of times our other friend, Matt, would go. And this one time we planned to go to this lake about an hour and a half away and go camping. And it was going to be myself, Mike, my friend Matt and his wife, and Brad might have showed up for a day or two. I don't remember. But we're standing around at Mike's house. We already know we're going camping in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike brought up this great idea. we're standing out there, and there's these bushes along the wall out across the street from his driveway. And we started fucking around and making the little Blair Witch stick thing like you see on the cover of the Blair Witch movie.
Yes.
That little stick with the circle.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, dude, we should play a joke on Matt when we're out camping. Let's hang a bunch of those. Let's make some. So we got some twigs. We started putting them together and stuff. Dude, super easy to do. We're like, all right. So we did. Typically, when we went camping, I would get there. I like to get there a day before everyone because I like to have that night just in total solitude, other than from other campers around. It was nice. I liked it. And the next day, they had all show up, so it was like something to look forward to, and blah blah blah. And I think this time we got no, it was a different time. We got really fucked up. And so we made a ton of these things, man. I mean, a ton. And they looked good. So I got there the day prior. We already knew what campsite our friend Matt was going to have. It was the one directly next to us. It was perfect. I set up my tent. And when Mike gets there, obviously he's going to set up his tent in my campsite. And then our friend Matt and his wife, they're going to set theirs up over there, blah, blah, in their campsite. So I got a bunch of fishing line and tied rocks to the end, tossed them up over super high tree branches and shit, tied these little Blair Witch things to the ends, and I pulled them all the way up. And then I tied the fishing line high up so you couldn't see it, all this stuff everywhere in my friend's campsite and some in our campsite. Oh my God. So they get there. We go to bed that night. I don't know if it was that night or the next night. I think it was that first night. Mike and I never went to bed. We stayed up in our campsite after we were done at our friend's campsite. They went to bed. We went over to ours. No fire, no lights, nothing. We just hung out, waited. It was cold. Everything was done. They all went to bed. We finally went over there and started lowering everything. I had one position. It wound up being right in front of his fucking tent and everything.
Oh.
Now there was a very bright moon that night, and Mike at times cannot be quiet sometimes. And he walked up real close to the tent, fixing that one and everything. And I remember telling him, I'm like, Mike, watch the shadow. You don't want that shadow on the tent. And if you do, you don't want it moving fast. Hey, turn that ringer off, Stevie.
It was a notification.
And he came walking back. And good thing is we were pretty much done. He came walking back, but he was making noise in the dirt and the sticks and stuff. And we heard moving in the tent. And we knew he woke up, our friend Matt. So we booked it over to our campsite. Actually, I don't even think we did that. I think we walked out into the paved road, throughout the campsites. And he got up. He heard shit. So he got up. He came out of the tent. So we booked it. And we heard him. He was like, Mark, Mike, something like that. Because he saw something. And we're like, fuck. So we took off walking. And he even came out into the street. And he came out and we could hear him like he was... we could hear him. He was like, what's this shit? Whatever, He was getting spooked, it seemed like. So we took off around the campsites, down the trail to the lake. We came back a while later, and real quietly, we came up on the street, and we could see he was smoking a cigarette. He was in the campsite. We could see the red of the cigarette, and we're like, fuck, he's still awake. So we can't even go to our campsite yet. And it was fucking cold. We were freezing our nuts off. And we couldn't do anything about it because we couldn't get to our campsite. So eventually he went back in his tent and went to bed, and we went to ours and went to bed. Now it's like 3, 4 in the fucking morning, maybe 2, I don't know, but we didn't have much longer to sleep, man. And oh my God. Oh, dude. Keep in mind, we totally planned on telling him. And prior to doing this, I had gone and purchased some 2x4s, long 2x4s, and I made, no joke, we made a life-size version of that Blair Witch insignia thing. A life-size with a 2x4 base so it'd stand up. We even took it at my house and used a spray can and a lighter to, burn it and make it look like real shit, I had that in my fucking car. And given the distance to my friend Matt's house, which wasn't too far from there. I mean, we're talking 45-minute drive from where he lived. That night, we had planned I was going to fucking take off, probably put the car in neutral, push it down the road, then start it and drive to his house and put that on his doorstep. Oh, no, that wasn't that. No, I had a bunch of little ones. I'm sorry. I was going to go put them in his mailbox.
Okay.
But because he woke up and we didn't have time, I was like, we didn't do it. So that morning he got up, our friend Matt got up early and he came over to our campsite and he was like scuffing at our tents and shit. And he was like, guys, you got to come out here and look at this shit. There's this crazy shit all fucking over the camp. He was tripping balls. We finally got up and he was like, da 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 da. And his wife was calling bullshit. She was fucking accusing me of shit. Keep in mind, this was Mike's idea, which is funny. So we played it out because Matt was getting kind of pissy about it and he was really scared. And we're like, the way he was acting, we didn't call it out yet. And we're like, fuck. So we'll wait a few days, whatever. So we get home and a few weeks go by. Mike and I drove up to his house in Mike's truck with a life-size one that we made after the fact. Sorry, guys. After the fact, we made it. We drove up to his house and we put it on his fucking doorstep. Life-size. And because it was too tough at this point, we couldn't just admit guilt, because of the way he was acting. We're like, fuck. So fuck it, we're going to do it. And he got even worse. And I think he had an idea it was us or me. Well, he wound up talking to Mike one night and told him, I'm not going to say too much on certain things, but let's just say he claimed to have called the police in his city and had them come out and fingerprint it. Keep in mind, this is wood. These are 2x4s. And he claimed that they got a partial print off of the head of a nail that we used to put it together, which I know to be complete bullshit. You're not going to get that off the nail head. Number two, I know I didn't touch any nail heads, but you just can't really do that. And he even had a business card of the cop. He was playing the game to get me or one of us to admit that we did this. I think he knew someone that knew someone and got the business card and was claiming bullshit. Keep in mind, if they did do that, they probably would have taken it. So weeks later, Mike and I go up to his house. I drove. Him and his wife were at dinner. So we showed up to his house early and we snooped around outside. And I found right there in the front yard, right on the side of the house, he had it broken apart, taking the nails out, taking it apart. He had it stacked up in the corner right on the side of his house. So we snatched it up, put it in my trunk, and we hung out all night once they got home, and we left. As soon as we left, I'm not joking you, Stevie, we didn't even turn off of my friend's street. He was texting Mike, and he goes, this is the way Mike read it to me. He's like, Mike, stop, Mark, check his trunk. He fucking took the thing. So he'd been talking to Mike, and he had no clue Mike was in on it. He didn't even really know that I had anything to do with it. But the whole fucking initial idea was Mike's, which is the funniest shit. And so that was that. And we let it go. We never said shit until, it was probably years later, it had come up and, we were talking about it and, it came out and his wife just flat out accused me. And I was like, this whole thing, like, yeah, I did it. This whole thing was Mike's idea. Like, this started with Mike. I mean, it was us.
Yeah. But it was Mike's
But
idea.
this is his idea. And not that that even fucking matters. It was just funny as shit. But yeah, guys, long story for you, but short story. Goes into hoaxing. I mean, depending on the person or persons, it's not hard to do.
No. Not
All right,
at all.
so moving on. Author Greg Long uncovered circumstantial evidence of varying strength.
Don't say the word that sounds like that.
That's exactly what came to my mind.
Mhm.
They found circumstantial evidence of varying strength. Fucking OnlyFans made me do it. OnlyFans made me do it.
Okay.
God damn, Stevie. You're like one of the boys. You got that mind like us.
Look. So you already know that the entire side of the family is like boy cousins. I am the only girl outside of that other one. So
Right.
I grew up with y'all. I can't help it.
Hey, I say it on half the shows we do. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Imagine if Mike was here. Oh, it would have been worse. I would have been busting up before I even fucking say anything. Okay, guys. Author Greg Long uncovered circumstantial evidence of varying strength of footprint hoaxing, and possibly even citing a photo hoaxing in the Yakima vicinity by Patterson. Long argues that this means that he faked the film too. One possible motive, I don't know this is necessarily from him, but one possible motive for the Yakima fakery would have been to make Bigfoot seem more real to local millionaire Floyd Paxton, with whom he was acquainted and from whom he hoped to obtain funding for an expedition. Interesting. Now we might be getting somewhere.
The motive comes out.
Now we have a motive.
Mm-hmm.
The film's proponent's position is that what is seen in the film is unfakeable, especially not by a costume beginner like Patterson. I'm sorry, a costume beginner? That's sounding as if you're suggesting he made the costume. Fuck no, this guy didn't make the costume. He had someone else fucking do it. No. For example, most of Bill Munn's book makes detailed examinations of film features that he argues could not have been created with 1967 special effects technology. He filmed recreation attempts of his own that failed. Daniel Perez, writing in 1992, asserted, if the film is in fact a fake, a costume man or a machine, surely science could duplicate the film with ease. 25 years later, no one has come close. He later asserted, it has never been convincingly replicated. To any thinking person, that should speak volumes. Greg Long's response was, the film they have just isn't going to do it. I'm sorry, that's not evidence. Well, right, that's not evidence. It's film, and we need more hair, skin, maybe a fucking body would be good.
Right.
I heard the place to bring out fakes is Mexico congressional hearings.
Cake.
Yeah. It's fake. I mean cake. Wait.
Fake cake.
You got me for a second when you sent me that about those guys. You recall recently we just dropped an episode about the Mexico congressional hearing on UAPs where Ryan Graves showed up and now he's pissed off too. This journalist, whatever the fuck this guy is, who'd been involved in hoaxes before, came out with these two alleged alien bodies. Stevie sent me a photo or something from TikTok. I think it was TikTok or whatever.
I think it was Instagram.
With like half, with like a quarter of the head cut open, and it said, "It's cake," like it's fake. You know? Do you know, Stevie? I spent some time on Google after you sent me that. Like, where did she get this? Like, did this just come out in the news? Like, it turned out this was cake? So, fuck you.
That's payback.
I got one on you, but you got one on me.
Hey, we call it even then.
Yeah, I just didn't tell the kids it's fake yet. A cake. Because then they'd want to eat it. Okay. David Dagling, anthropologist, writes that writes that the more cynical skeptics see Patterson's luck as more than a little suspicious. He sets out to make a Bigfoot documentary, then almost literally stumbles across a Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot, yeah.
And guys, more than that, they didn't even fucking set up camp yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smelling trickery. Dagling, however, offers the benefit of the doubt, noting that Patterson's reasoning is sound. In seeking something elusive, he went to where it had been reported. That's true. Bluff Creek had also been the site of well-known Bigfoot hoaxer Ray Wallace's activities in 1958. In Patterson's book, he mentions meeting with Wallace once. Later, Dagling cites certain features in the film and the storyline as suspicious. Krantz thought Patterson might have perpetrated such a hoax. Ding!
Yeah, I turned it off this time. It's the neighbor downstairs texting me.
Given the opportunity and resources,
Mm-hmm.
Roger was an accomplished 2D artist. Ooh, 2D, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, an R2D2 artist whose drawings and painting of horses. You know who R2D2 is, right, Stevie?
Yes, I do.
Just making sure. I just want. Oh, see, my camera's blocking from the neck down. My camera's blocking. I'm a dumbass. Well, no, I'm not, because I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
So, All right. Back to circumcisions. Roger was an accomplished 2D artist whose drawings and painting of horses and other wildlife showed a detailed understanding of musculature and anatomy. But he also argued that Patterson had nowhere near the knowledge or facilities to do so, nor for that matter did anyone else.
I mean, obviously it's missing a butt crack apparently, so.
Did anyone else? It's kind of, to me, that seems a little ignorant to say anyone else, as if you know everyone. When I talked about some of the more technical details of biomechanics, Patterson showed the familiar blank look of a student who had lost the drift of explanation, but was still trying hard to pay attention. Yet, he must have known all these details to create a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, he could see the anterior position of the front of the shin, but how that related to foot leverage was quite beyond him. Right. Because you're getting technical. If this was a hoax, you're getting fucking technical. If I perpetrated this hoax and you start saying that shit to me, I'd look at you like, number one, I'd be playing dumb, period, because I knew I created a hoax. Number two, you'd be saying this technical shit to me that I have no clue about, and I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I didn't fucking hoax the shit. Man. Peter Byrne, who interviewed Patterson and Gimlin many times, wrote, both men lacked, primarily, the intellectual capacity essential to the production of a hoax, termed a masterpiece. I'm sorry. As long as you're not providing any real evidence, meaning hair follicles, a body, an arm, a leg, a head,
DNA samples.
that does not mean you can't produce that hoax.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about costume making. I guarantee any one of you right now, if you send us $20,000 for doing the show, I can go get a fucking great costume made and I'll go perpetrate this fucking hoax tomorrow. I will do it. I can do it. I don't have to have the knowledge of anatomy. I don't have to have the knowledge of putting a fucking costume together, making a goddamn costume. All I need to do is pay someone to make it for me, and hopefully that person does good enough job, and my camera is shitty enough quality that you can't fucking tell.
Yes. Oh God, that camera is
Right?
trash. Yeah.
And today's day and age, I could take that video in 4K and I would be knowledgeable that I can't show you that film in 4K. So what I would do, well, I wouldn't take it in 4K, but let's say I did. I could easily come home and within 20 fucking minutes dumb that video down so fucking much with effects or whatever the fuck I want. You think that this video was taken in the same time as Patterson's Gimlin
They even
film.
have a filter to make things look retro.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could easily do that right now.
mhm.
You know, maybe we'll be retro in this video. You know, I mean, he had some knowledge of filmmaking and all that stuff. So to be a hoax, if this was a hoax, well, fuck the costume. It could be a shitty costume. All he's got to do is make sure it's not quality video, which at that time, I would say he probably didn't have to do much to make sure it wasn't shitty video. You know, I mean, it wasn't great video back then.
True.
Compared to today.
Yes.
All right, guys. Philip Morris. Does Philip Morris ring a bell? Cigarette maker? We don't want you to get cancer. That's why we were sued and
Philip Morris,
the
like
label.
is that the owner of like Marlboro or something?
That's what I said. Cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, there's more than one brand of cigarettes, sir.
Guys, if you want Stevie and I both to make our own separate OnlyFans, comment down below. Separate. We're technically, legally we're related. Technically we're not, but it's still weird, right?
Yeah.
They'll be separate OnlyFans. Comment down below. We'll do it.
I mean, unless we start selling your feet prints as Bigfoots on the OnlyFans that's under this podcast name.
I got an idea.
That would be the only way I share one.
I got an idea. I'm glad you have a sense of humor. We'll both create an OnlyFans and we'll be able to say sell products through it. You'll sell pictures or maybe casts of my feet. And I'll sell through my OnlyFans. You will sell casts, pictures of my casts and pictures of my feet.
Saying they're my feet.
And my used underwear.
Ah, no. It's too far.
I through OnlyFans will only sell your underwear.
No.
And we'll see who makes more money.
Oh, those people, those poor people like you. Those people are going to be so confused.
Did you say poor people like me?
I said those poor people will be so confused. Like, as in, like, I pity them. Like, well, good Lord.
It'd be easy. It'd be like,
it'd be
for
hilarious.
Sale, Stevie's underwear. You'll be like, for sale. Mark's underwear, Mark's foot cast, Mark's foot photos.
No, I would absolutely call them Bigfoot photos. Absolutely. I would 100% profit off you for being so tall. Yeah. Like, he's a man, big... Look, this is a small Sasquatch right here.
For what we've been told about Sasquatch, I would be a small Sasquatch. At least height-wise. All right, so this Philip Morris. In 2002, Philip Morris, owner of Morris Costumes, a North Carolina-based company offering costumes, props, and stage products, claimed that he made a gorilla costume that was used in the Patterson film. Morris says he discussed his role in the hoax at costume conventions, lectures, and magician conventions in the 1980s.
Magician conventions, I like that.
Yeah, what?
I like that.
But he first addressed the public at large on August 16, 2002, on Charlotte, North Carolina radio station WBT.
That's it? Just 3 letters?
I'm coming up with words of what that acronym means right now, and I really want to say them, but I can't. His story was also printed in the Charlotte Observer, which none of you motherfuckers have heard of, and if you have, comment down below. Morris claims he was reluctant to expose the hoax earlier for fear of harming his business. Oh, duh. Giving away a performer's secrets, he said, would be widely regarded as disreputable. Fuck you. That sounds like a bullshit excuse. No. This wasn't no magic bullshit. If it was, they would have said so and just not told you how they do it. You go to a magic show. You go to a business that does lunches or dinners with magic shows and personal one-on-one magic.
That it's
it's
fake.
fucking magic,
Yeah.
but they don't fucking tell you how they do it. That's a bullshit excuse. I'm sorry. No. Philip, call me. We'll talk on the fucking show. That's a bullshit excuse. Patterson, Gimlin, and I'm just going to say Patterson because I'm not too sure Gimlin had much to do with this. Patterson never once claimed to be a fucking magician ever in his life. So you ain't giving away no fucking secrets other than he fucking lied to the entire country and world. Let's move on. Philip Morris, said that he sold an ape suit to Patterson via mail order in 1967. Awesome. Show the proof of that.
Yes.
Thinking it was going to be used in what Patterson described as a prank. Ordinarily, the gorilla suits he sold were used for a popular sideshow routine that depicted an attractive woman, supposedly from some far-flung corner of the globe. A far-flung corner of the globe? Why couldn't it be someone from the U.S.? Being altered. Nope. We'll talk after show. Don't say it on here. You all know where I'm going with that. Like, come on, man. Being altered by
Fetishes.
A sorcerer. Oh.
Sorry. That's the fastest way I can.
See,
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
You say the words OnlyFans one time and look what happens. Everything goes to shit.
I could just take over the show.
Yeah, we'll be selling foot fetishes, guys.
Bigfoot. We're going to be selling Bigfoot fetishes on OnlyFans.
Yeah, and just to make it fair, I will still only sell Stevie's underwear. She will still sell my underwear, my foot casts, my foot photos, and foot fetishes, pictures of my feet, which you don't want to see. And we'll still see who makes more fucking money. I'll bet you money on that shit. I'll bet you the first 6 months of income from what I'm going to make way more than you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, see, now we got to back up. Ordinarily, the gorilla suits he sold were used for a popular sideshow routine that depicted an attractive woman, supposedly from some far-flung corner of the globe, being altered by a sorcerer or scientist into a gorilla or otherwise ape-like monster. After the initial sale, Morris said that Patterson telephoned him asking how to make the shoulders more massive and the arms longer. Morris says he suggested that whoever wore the suit should wear football shoulder pads and hold sticks in his hands within the suit. As for the creature's walk, Morris said the Bigfoot researchers say that no human can walk that way in the film. Oh, yes, they can. When you're wearing long clown's feet, you can't place the ball of your foot down first. You have to put your foot down flat. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll stumble. Another thing, when you put on the gorilla... I'm going to have to back up in a minute, guys. Another thing, when you put on the gorilla head, you can only turn your head maybe a quarter of the way. And to look behind you, you've got to turn your head and your shoulders and your hips. Plus, the shoulder pads in the suit are in the way of the jaw. That's why the Bigfoot turns and looks the way he does in the film. He has to twist his entire upper fucking body. I added the word fucking. All right. Back to the first part of that. When you're wearing long clown's feet, you can't place the ball of your... Oh, no, that's right. Okay. I was going quick and not thinking. Okay, no, that's
Yeah,
right, that's right. He's right. Talking from someone who would wear fins into the ocean to go bodyboarding. Wait, shit, what's it called? Psh, whatever, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Body surfing. Um, yes, you can't put the ball down first, because if you put the ball down first, the whole front that's sticking out way too much in front of your foot
Boop.
is gonna trip your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So Morris's wife and business partner Amy, girlfriend, had vouched for her husband and claims to have helped frame the suit. Oh, Morris offered no evidence apart from his own testimony to support this account. The most conspicuous shortcoming being the absence of a gorilla suit or documentation that would match the detailed evidence in the film and could have been produced in 1967.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. A recreation of the PGF. Guys, in case I didn't mention it earlier, which I didn't, the PGF means Patterson Gimlin Film. A recreation of the PGF was undertaken on October 6, 2004 at Cow Camp near Rimrock Lake, a location 41 miles west of Yakima. This was 6 months after the publication of Long's book and 11 months after Long had first contacted Morris. Bigfooter Daniel Perez wrote, National Geographic's Noel Dockster noted the suit used in the recreation was in no way similar to what was depicted in the Patterson Gimlin film.
Imagine that.
Morris would not consent to release the video to National Geographic. I wonder why. The recreation sponsor, claiming he had not had adequate time to prepare and that the month was in the middle of his busy season.
His busy season? What is his busy season?
I don't know, but...
His busy season of...
Guys,
what?
Stevie, he would not consent to release the video to National Geographic. No. I'm repeating this for a reason. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't consent to release the video to National Geographic because he didn't have adequate time to prepare.
Yeah.
What adequate time to prepare do you need for that? I'm saying. This is a long time ago, but it's not 2023. But this is fucking 2004. 2004, guys. There's an easy way. He's got that fucking video on a goddamn CD, on a disc. That wouldn't. You don't need adequate time for that. You do that in 10 fucking minutes before you go to bed.
Dude, if I could burn a CD from LimeWire, like as a 10-year-old, I'm pretty sure an adult could figure out how to make a copy of a CD very easily.
He never said he couldn't.
Exactly.
He said he didn't have adequate time.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Bullshit.
If I could make one of those in a day.
Dude, right there is just... I can't pronounce the word right now. It is full of shit. Bob Hieronymus. Yeah, here you go.
I've been loving these last names.
Yeah, they're fucking weird.
They're great.
Different.
They're great.
Hieronymus. Hieronymus, like air. Hieronymus. Bob Hieronymus claims to have been the figure depicted in the Patterson film. Hieronymus says he had not previously publicly discussed his role in the hoax because he hoped to be paid eventually and was afraid of being convicted of fraud had he confessed. After speaking with his lawyer, he was told that since he had not been paid for his involvement in the hoax, he could not be held accountable.
So how big is this dude? How tall is this dude?
Well, Mr. Hieronymus, I'm going to highlight you, and we're nearing the end. We're going to do a quick Google.
Yeah, kind of curious.
A month after watching the December 28, 1998 Fox television special World's Greatest Hoaxes, Secrets Finally Revealed? With a question mark. He went public via a January 30th press release by his lawyer, Barry Woodard, in a Yakima newspaper story. He stated, quote, "I'm telling the truth. I'm tired after 37 years." 5 days later, a second newspaper story reported that his, quote, "lawyer's office has been inundated with calls from media outlets. We're just sort of waiting for the dust to settle," he said, explaining he and his client are evaluating offers. He also said, "We anticipate that we will be telling the full story to somebody rather quickly."
Boy,
So,
money.
under this Hieronymus section, we have Hieronymus's relatives, which would be his mother Opal, and his nephew John Miller, claimed to have seen an ape suit in Hieronymus's car. Opal said she saw the suit 2 days after the film was shot. Russ Bohannon, a longtime friend, says that Hieronymus revealed the hoax privately in 1968 or 1969. God damn, this year 1969 keeps coming up. Keeps coming up. Okay, we gotta move. But you're gonna love this last name.
Oh God!
Holy shit, Bernard Hammermeister.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Bernard Hammermeister, another longtime friend, said he was shown an ape suit in Hieronymus's car. Okay, now that hearsay or testimony matches a completely different person's testimony, both seeing the suit in his car. No date was given by Long for Hammermeister's observation, but it apparently came well after the relative's observation, as implied by the word "still" in the justification Hieronymus gave Hammermeister for requesting his silence. Quote, "There was still supposed to be a payola on this thing." A payola? I mean, who the fuck says that, guys?
What the fuck is a payola?
Where's my payola? Where's my payola?
Oh,
some money. Give me some fucking dinero.
I was about to be like,
payola.
Okay.
There was still supposed to be a payola on this thing, and he didn't have it. Long argues that the suit Morris says he sold to Patterson was the same suit Hieronymus claims to have worn in the Patterson film. However, Long quotes Hieronymus and Morris describing different ape suits in many respects. Among the notable differences are this: suit material, horsehide versus Dynel. I don't know what the fuck Dynel is. Hieronymus says he was told by his brother Howard that Patterson claimed he manufactured the suit from horsehide. When Long asked how heavy the suit was, Bob replied, it weighed maybe 20, 25 pounds. Horsehide would be heavy.
Yes.
Bob added, it stunk. Roger skinned out a dead red horse. But Morris reports that the suit was made of Dynel, a lighter weight synthetic material with little to or no odor. And this is something I meant to bring up a bit ago. Smell. These guys, if they hoax this, I'm going to say Patterson. If he hoaxed this, he missed a major milestone here, guys. What is one of the biggest things you hear with almost every Bigfoot story?
The smell.
There's a horrible fucking smell in the area.
Stench of like trash, garbage that's been rotting, just nasty. Yeah.
Yep. You get the two things you usually hear is
the sound.
There was no sound of life. Everything got quiet, and the stench. Even people that claim a Bigfoot but not actually seeing it, maybe hearing it, say the fucking stench was god awful. That is a very common trait of these stories. Interesting. But maybe this was before the stench started coming out in stories. Who knows? Morris said that it was his standard suit that we sold to all of our customers that cost $435, cheaper than the competition. Fuck cares. Another contrast is that Howard reported that the horsehide was a real dark brown, and Long writes that Morris was using brown Dynel in 1967. But Morris wouldn't have wanted a real dark brown color, as he chose brown to contrast against the black background of the girl to gorilla illusion. Right, so what? You want to see the boobs? Come on. I mean, I'm
That's just weird.
I don't like that. Like, that just seems like why would the sex of this thing even matter? If I was trying to hoax this, honestly, I would have preferred a suit that would have looked, and I'm not saying I would have said I want a male suit, but I would have preferred something that looked more like maybe a male primate suit.
I would have preferred a
Because
Ken
I would
suit.
think,
Just completely androgynous. Nothing there.
well, right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is I wouldn't want something that's all pronounced where you can see a big ass like you do in this film, the PGF, or what
that
seems
got
to be prominent
fucking dump truck.
breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, prominent breasts, because you just don't ever see or hear that. So why would I want to stray from the norm if I want to perpetrate this hoax as real?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking care what sex it is. I don't care if it's got boobs or not, guys. I don't give a shit. But if I'm hoaxing it, I give a shit because I want it to fall within the norm to be.
Absolutely.
I want you to believe it. Right?
Yeah.
So next time, guys, when you make my suit for me, make a visible fucking butt crack.
At the very minimum, give it a butt crack.
And some other things. Getting older, things are looking more attractive nowadays. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, OnlyFans. Okay, the suit. Hey, the top and trousers versus a back zip-tied onesie. Euronymous described the suit as having no metal pieces and an upper torso part that he donned like putting on a t-shirt. But like a 20, 30 pound fucking long sleeve t-shirt that's not a t-shirt because it's, I mean, what the fuck? At Bluff Creek, he put on the top. Asked about the bottom portion, he guessed it was cinched with a drawstring. Oh, maybe. But Morris made a one-piece union suit with a metal zipper up the back. Presumably one stepped into it first, then wiggled in one's arms. In any event, donning it like a t-shirt would be impossible. Hands and feet. The suit attached versus separate. Euronymous described the suit as having hands and feet that were attached to the arms and legs. Ooh, so the hands and feet were separate. That might be a little bit easier to get into. But Morris made a suit whose hands and feet were separate pieces. Long speculates that Patterson riveted or glued these parts to the suit, but offers no evidence to support his idea. Well, right, there's no evidence of anything here. Other than a possible hoax. If Patterson had done so, he must have done it before Euronymous did his test fitting and walk, because Euronymous describes a three-piece suit, head, torso, and legs omitting separate hands and feet, i.e., without adjusting their location to his dimensions. And Euronymous never described being measured beforehand. Wow. Long speculates that Patterson modified the costume, but only by attaching Morris's loose hands and feet to the costume and by replacing Morris's mask. However, there's nothing he wrote on suit modification. There's no evidence or testimony that Patterson changed the Morris suit to horsehide or dyed it a darker color or cut it in half at the waist to agree with Euronymous' description. Some film proponents say that Euronymous' arms are too short to match that of a Bigfoot and that he was a few inches shorter than the creature on the film, up to 14 inches shorter. I'm sorry, this guy's
up to how
mentioning
many inches shorter?
14.
Yeah,
so
that's
just over a foot. I mean, oh man. Long I'm just going to repeat this quick little sentence. Long speculated that Patterson modified the costume, but only by attaching Morris's loose hands and feet to the costume. His loose hands and feet?
What?
Okay. So tell me, here's the stabilized version. Let's replay it again right now. Show me loose hands and feet. I don't see loose hands there.
Or feet.
Yeah, and if it was loose feet, I think he's walking too quick. Because loose feet would make it
Hard.
I mean, very, very hard to walk.
Very awkward. It's already awkward,
That's a
but it's
fact.
more awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Hieronymus said that he wore football shoulder pads, which might explain why the shoulders and arms appear to be out of proportion to the rest of the body. Oh, which would also explain pulling the sleeves up, which maybe won't make them loose. But Hieronymus said, we said that. However, Hieronymus disclaimed the use of arm extending sticks in his costume and said that he wore gloves a little bit longer than my actual hands were. It has also been said that Hieronymus was not as bulky as the creature, but film critics claim that a suit could correct for that and for height.
Mm-hmm.
However, Hieronymus did not mention there being padding in the torso, either when questioned by Long about the suit or when specifically asked about padding by Rob McConnell in his second X Zone radio interview on August 6, 2007. Polygraph tests regarding their claims have been passed by both Hieronymus and Patterson. That is awesome. Now, give me a name of the person who did the polygraph and give me the proof that that polygraph was done and the data from that. Ray Wallace. After the death of Ray Wallace in 2002, following a request by Lauren Coleman to the Seattle Times reporter Bob Young to investigate, the family of Wallace went public with claims that he had started the Bigfoot phenomenon with fake footprints made from a wooden foot-shaped cutout left in Californian sites in 1958. Mark Chorvinsky, editor of Strange magazine, we're almost done here, guys, promoted Wallace's claim that he tipped off Patterson exactly where to look for a Bigfoot. Chorvinsky wrote, Roger Patterson came over dozens of times pumping me on his Bigfoot. Ray Wallace explained to researcher Dennis Pilchis in 1982, I felt sorry for Roger Patterson. He told me he had cancer of the lymph glands and he was desperately broke and he wanted to try to get something where he could have a little income. Well, he went down there exactly where I told him. I told him, you go down there and hang around on that bank, stay up there and watch that spot. David Dagling summarized Chorvinsky's argument and concluded that Wallace had a degree of involvement with the Patterson Gimlin film and that this gave grounds for suspicion of it. Lauren Coleman has written that Patterson was an early Bigfoot investigator and that it was only natural that he sought out and interviewed older Bigfoot event principals, which included Wallace because of the 1958 Bluff Creek track incidents. Coleman has asserted that Wallace had nothing to do with Patterson's footage in '67 and has argued in an analysis of the media treatment of the death of Wallace that the international media inappropriately confused the Wallace films of the 70s with the Patterson Gimlin 1967 film. Meldrum has written extensively about Wallace, his allegations continued by his family after his death, and the significant problems with them in his book Sasquatch, Legend Meets Science. Oh my God, Stevie.
We did it?
This almost concludes the PGF. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing left to do.
What?
I gotta know what the fuck you think about this whole entire thing. The PGF has been around forever. We've all seen it numerous times because it's intriguing. Where do you stand and why? Besides Indiana.
I stand on the side of I think it's a hoax. Like, it's just too perfect that your first attempt to find a Bigfoot, something that has eluded people for decades, and then you're out there the first time, and then all of a sudden magically you just like run into one, and it's just like, oh, here's like a 15-second video.
Well, it's only magically because you put the word magically in front of
Yes.
it. I mean,
I
maybe it was
just
just happenstance.
I'm gonna go with I think it's a hoax. I have always thought that, and I will continue to think that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am going to have to say that I am somewhat in agreement. If nothing else, PFEs, proof, facts, evidence. There's none. We got a film, and while it may be
doesn't
intriguing,
show shit.
yeah, while it may be intriguing, yeah, it doesn't prove that's a real creature, other than possibly a human in a costume. We don't know either way, right? The assumption when you have an extraordinary claim like this, we've all heard this. This isn't me saying, "Hey, guess what I just thought of." This has been out there forever. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Now, there's times where that's true. There's times where that's not true. But when you have something like this, that's 100% true. You can come out with this film. That's fine. And even if you really did see something and to your knowledge, this was not a person in a suit, that's fine. But you have to know you're going to get a ton of bullshit unless you have some real evidence, hard fucking evidence and facts, hopefully proof that this is something extraordinary. It's a fake. I don't see any other way. I mean, guys, I'm going to finish it up with this. We've mentioned this before. Check out the BFRO website, Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. BFRO, I think it's .com.
Or .org.
It's a pretty cool site. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not .org.
Okay.
But check it out. Check it out. Even if you don't think Bigfoot's real, if you think Bigfoot's not real, doesn't matter. Check it out. There's a very intuitive, easy to use map of the U.S. as well as I believe other areas. You just zoom in to where you're at. You click on the state. You zoom into where you're at. Whatever. You can see reported sightings or whatever was reported in your local area, if there are any.
I surprisingly have one in my county. Surprisingly.
One.
Yes.
Yeah. We have some here. They're much older, and I've read them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the one I'm thinking of is actually very believable. It's kind of surprising. It's a good story, and there's no bears here. So BFRO, check out their website. Click on your state, zoom in, or whatever you do, go to your county. I think you might go to your county. Go in there and see what's been reported in your area or elsewhere in your state. I will say this. The PGF was done in Northern California. Northern California has been a long-time hotbed of alleged Bigfoot sightings and tracks. So there is that. Mountainous, wooded areas, things like that. So, yeah, our final conclusion, and I'm sorry guys, but I'm speaking for me and Stevie on this one. This is bullshit. This is a hoax. It's fun to read. It's fun to look into. It's fun to watch the film. But whereas I might not be able to tell that's a costume. If you're going to prove to me that's real, then you're going to need to actually prove it with more than just a video.
Yep.
I'm sorry, or just don't make the claim that it's a Bigfoot. Maybe make the claim that maybe it's a Bigfoot, but I don't know, that would be more believable. So, on that note, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you have an obscure story of your own, shoot us an email, obscuredr1@gmail.com. We would like to tell your story for you on here anonymously or not. If you'd like to be on the show and tell your own story and we can discuss it, we can easily have you on the show anonymously or not. And, guys, if we do our OnlyFans, don't forget to subscribe to that shit because it's going to be great. All right. Any final words besides yawn, Stevie?
Good night.
It's a long one. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. We're out of here. Peace.
Good night.